Good niggerish morning. Okay, so I'm about to run to my next meeting at 11. So let me see if I can get this done in that amount of time. Hi, I'm Tina of Jada Kisses Designs, and I am working on a marketing contract with an insurance broker. So, what I do for businesses and what I do for other people that I know is I try to take what their specialty is or what their job is and either create a new lane so they can get paid more or teach them how to use all their skills to just branch out and start their own thing. So, So, when you are wanting to start a blog as an entrepreneur, I support spiritual entrepreneurs who understand that there's a clear balance between your higher self, what's going on in your life, and how you're going to run your business. So, first thing is, as a spiritual entrepreneur, you don't have to hide whatever your thing is. You can actually be yourself, and that attracts more of who you actually want to attract anyway. Um, so, this meeting, now, this person is guaranteed on selling me a whole bunch of stuff. I already know that. So I have come back with several counters, and this is really, really good for when you're wanting to start blogging too. Have an area that you specialize in. I am a doula. I also study marketing because I think that's in everything from religion, church, like even how they preach to you in churches is marketing. But once I started understanding and studying marketing, I understood a lot of things about life. You are always being sold to, and that's a given. Whether even if it's subtle things, when they pass the collection plate in church, you're being sold to. You're being the things that are going on prior to the point where they pass the plate is to get you to open your hands. If a person can get you to open your hands psychologically without saying words and without being overly like, give me your money, saying certain keywords or operating on a certain frequency just makes people want to give and hug and love. Like, so starting a blog is no more than just your collective thoughts on a particular subject. I happen to have several things that I do, and I started with journaling through postpartum depression with my second daughter. Had to think about it with my second daughter because I wanted to go to school and I had all this creative energy that and being in the house during the wintertime, like it was much. So I started blogging and just writing my thoughts about my favorite models, about what I was learning in fashion school, just stuff. I just used my blog as an outlet, and while I wasn't looking and just journaling my thoughts, I looked up and had people who was like they just felt what I was doing. So start with something that you know and something that you're passionate about. Two, pick a name. Like I started blogging freelance um, as a favor to a friend. Her name was Vernetta Freeney in Houston, and she was like, "Hey, can you create a social media campaign for this client I got? I can't take anymore." First of all, shout out to her because I learned a lot from her and from Shalonda Turner of Houston. She used to run or organize Houston fashion bloggers, and I learned a lot from them. Like they really like any events that they were going to. They were always really, really good about telling me about events. When me saying I wanted to start blogging, like taking just mental notes and putting it on paper, people actually was interested in the stuff that I went through. So I started with that subject, and then also tip number two, pick a place to start blogging, or pick a platform and a style that you like blogging. So some people don't like being on camera. Some people prefer audio. Some people prefer drawing and painting. Like it doesn't necessarily have to look like how everyone else is doing it. I'm a visual learner, and also I can for when I'm learning, I'm visual and hands on and have to touch it. But if I'm going on a long trip or something in between business meetings, I will listen to a podcast or some motivational music, chakra balancing, Dave Ramsey, Ayanna Van Zandt. Like I'll listen to people who are living a very positive and holistic life to keep going because as an entrepreneur, you spend a lot of time by yourself. Tip number three, it's okay to blog your way out of emotional roller coasters, hills, and things like that. Because writing is such a powerful way to transmute and transfer energy. Use that time, use those moments in between life to start working on your blog, come up with titles, Come up with color schemes for your brands and your logos. Come up with who you want to work with, and come up with how often you want to actually begin posting. One of the common things I experienced as a blogger was burnout. Trying to keep up with a schedule, have an actual life, raise children, wash the ass, doing all those things. Like trying to have an actual maintain and balanced life and blog consistently and still go to meetings can be a lot. So having a content creation schedule, that's something I'm still working on and working with. I think I work better when I can see it and have the reminders, and sometimes I still forget. So I try to use tools and tips and things to keep life simple for me. So I'll take my blog posts, turn them into videos, turn them into classes. So if you are a mom and you're work from home, or even if you're looking to start extra income, blogging is a beautiful way to do that, because you can actually go out and get sponsors in your local town that don't, like, there's so many companies around me that need marketing right now. I'm like, let me start blogging more and start using keywords to pinpoint and tag and start working with my target audience, because now it's becoming clear that I want to do more one-to-many. So I'll drop classes every week, and then once I record the classes, that's on autopilot, and then from there I start creating the workbooks, the manuals, the retreats, and everything else. So sitting down to actually get all of those things done is a beautiful thing, and blogging has opened up my life to so much more opportunities, because like at one point there weren't any bloggers, and I think in my city there might be about 4. I think one really, really popular one, but about 4 that actually even take it as an actual job. Like, you can actually live off of the things that you do, whether it's vegan, holistic, whether it's black magic, whether it's locks, no matter what it is that you're interested in, you can create a whole income based off of writing down or being able to record your thoughts and help the actual people who are like you. So I haven't done a link check in a while, but my hair is getting pretty long, and I think I'm about to mix it up. So even with that, like, take that for example. I'm going to probably cut, relock, and retwist it. I relashed it about a week ago, so my hair just grows really fast. But relashing, and then how the process I use of coloring and braiding it, that's a whole book. So taking things that are in my natural life and creating products out of it. That's how I made my way out of a lot of things, and I see now that my writing is a gift. So if I can teach you how to write a book, if I can teach you how to blog, if I can teach you how to create your own graphics and hire other people, then there's no excuse for people who are saying they don't have it, and for people who are saying they want to support their families and they don't know how, because I drop tools all the time. So I also share my midwifery, like my whole journey with being around other midwives, because that's been an art that's been around for so long, and just being able to help someone in your community with birth, that's sacred art. So that is also something I will be blogging about, and I also will be creating baby slings, because I feel like baby wearing is such a better way to bond with your baby. And a couple of videos that I saw kind of irked me. It was like a mom, she was working in a salon or working somewhere with a concrete floor and all these hot tools, and she was holding her baby trying to still do stuff. And I'm like, that's a moment where she could have used one of those backpacks or baby wearing. But it's a lot of things in our communities that we don't know about birth or preconception or the foods that we're eating or how to make money for ourselves, because a lot of companies are laying off. So how do we do those things and still be able to live the lives that we want? I live a totally backpack laptop lifestyle, and it's like the more I can create and the more I can actually help people, the better it becomes for me. And it's not even a selfish thing. Like, a lot of the books that I put out will be questions that people ask, and it's like I really do enjoy helping people. So how can I help people on a more consistent scale, and for things that we're actually dealing with in our actual lives? Like, people actually have issues with, knowing which herbs to take. People actually have issues with their hair, how to get it to grow without breaking. People actually have issues with what to eat or how to transition from a pork or high salt lifestyle to something that's more balanced according to their blood type. Like, learning the things and the pain points for people helps you and helps position you in your business. Okay, so gotta run to this meeting, guys. Peace and love.